You're listening to the Public Health Entrepreneurs Podcast with your host, Dr. Charlotte Huntley. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining me on this episode. I'm Dr. Huntley, and I'm a public health entrepreneur with over 20 years, really, I should say over 25 years of experience in healthcare and in public health. And I've supported so many entrepreneurs along the way in a variety of different ways. On this podcast, we talk about all the topics, all the things that are relevant to those of you who are at this intersection of public health and entrepreneurship. So I'm excited that you've decided to tune in today and join me for this episode. I just have a topic to share with you, a tip. It's not really a tip, bit of advice. I don't know how we're going to phrase it. However, I'm sharing with you on this episode something that is really important to embrace. Now, this is for anyone, regardless of where you are on this journey. You could be at the very beginning, just getting started, or you could have been in business for several years and, well, it's seasoned and advanced. So my theme, my message, my point for you today is get the help and support that you need on this journey of entrepreneurship. So that's it in a nutshell. So let's talk about why I said that and what do I mean. So when you're starting out, there are so many questions. Now, support may come in the form of a mentor. So that's someone who has been on this path. They have a vested interest in seeing you succeed, and they're offering you guidance. They're not necessarily paying you. Mentorship could be paid or free, depends on how the service is provided, but it could be someone that's simply, giving you some insights and sharing along the way. Mentorship is great. Coaching is another type of support. Coaching is fabulous. I'm a huge fan of coaching. I am a coach. I've coached a lot of people in starting their businesses and growing their businesses. And I currently coach our members in our mastermind group. It's a group coaching program, but it's more of a mastermind than a group coaching program. So there's a difference. A mastermind, you're coming together, sharing your thoughts, encouraging each other. You have a lot to give in a mastermind. You have experience to share from, and then you're also receiving from the other entrepreneurs in the space in the group as well. I have a bit of a coaching element to my mastermind program because I am a coach. So it provides me an opportunity to truly coach some of my clients, which I get to know them really well in this program. It's a small program, so I get to know them, and it's by design that way. So I provide some coaching services. But before I had this mastermind, I did have a full group coaching program and provided coaching services on a regular basis to those who were attending. And it was a fantastic program. Really enjoyed it. It helped a lot of people grow their businesses. In the past, I've also had one-on-one coaching services that I've supported people one-on-one to guide them specifically through their needs in their business, because there's no two businesses that are the same. No two entrepreneurs progress at the same exact pace. So their individual strategies and support. So I've provided that as services in the past, not now, but I've provided that in the past. I've also received coaching services for years. The guidance and support from the beginning, it was as much as I could afford. And it may have been a book that I read that shared what I needed to receive at the time. It could have been a course. I took a lot of courses to learn how to do certain things as I was building my business. I sat with different coaches for trainings on podcasting, for example, how to set this podcast up and get started on different things and along the lines of business, because we're public health, we're scientists, right? We're trained in public health. So there's so much to learn about business, and I invested in coaching at multiple steps. Also, coaches will see your view from a different perspective and a slightly different angle. So you're in the middle of things. I'm using a lot of hand gestures here. If you're listening, you're not really getting this, but I talk with my hands, so it's not unusual. But if you're in your business, if you imagine a circle and you're in that circle and your head's down because you're doing the work and you're paying attention to what needs to happen, you don't necessarily see things that are slightly ahead of you or off to the side of you. Your coach sits kind of off to the side of that circle, maybe at a slightly different elevation from where you sit. So they have a different angle and perspective, and they see where you're going and what's happening around you from their perspective. They're able to share that with you and guide you. You know, if you need to veer a little bit to the left or veer a little bit to the right or speed up a little bit or slow down a little bit, your coach has that view that is so valuable. And I'm saying, even as a coach, your job and your role is giving out to your clients. So you need someone as well that can provide that for you. So coaches should have coaches. So if your coach does not have a coach, then that is probably a yellow flag at least. So these are several examples of the types of support that you can receive. You can find a course that will teach you how to do something that you need to do. In that same note, since I'm mentioning this, it does not mean as you're building your business that you always have to learn something new to become the expert in all these different things. I think that there are times where you need to maybe develop deeper roots in your area of expertise and just kind of be in that area. And then you can partner or hire team members who have a different but complementary skill set that brings that strength. And then you can better provide support to your clients. So those are ways that you can kind of look at it. But the key here is get the support that you need, the help that you need. This podcast is meant to be a free resource because I don't provide so many coaching services anymore. And so many more people are interested in growing numbers of this journey of entrepreneurship. I want to provide as much value as I can on these episodes. So that's why I say it's a free resource. It's not free all the way around. It costs us money to create and prepare and house all these episodes, but we make this available to so many listeners for free because sometimes that is a mentoring type of resource. We share a lot on these episodes. In fact, we have a guide on tips for getting started. So if you are new to the podcast and you haven't heard that episode, it's like among the first 5 episodes. I don't remember the exact episode number right now, but we'll share a link to that guide. We created a document that helps you with my 10 favorite, my best tips for getting started. So make sure that you get a handle on that. Those are examples of resources that I'm providing for free through this podcast platform. So there are some really good resources available on a free level, like in the podcast and these resources. But really and truly, the help and the support that I'm speaking to is what you need beyond those free resources. Sometimes you get to a point where you need more than what's available to you for free. You need to work with someone either in a group or one-on-one or get some more specific type of training and support. Maybe a mastermind group is ideal for you, or maybe a coaching program is ideal for you, or maybe you want to work with someone one-on-one. Whatever the help you need, I urge you to get the support that you need because it keeps you from spending so much time as money, right? Your time is valuable. So if you can get from point A to point B with using less time by investing in one of these resources, the kind of support that you need, then you're that much closer to helping create the impact that you want to have in the community that you're serving through your business. So this type of support is important. And I'm not sure exactly, there are a number of things that inspired me to create this episode for you today. One of the things I see a lot is that people will always want to ask for help and need help and want help, but they want to receive that help and that training always for free. So some resources are freely available to you, and there's only so much that someone can help you with on a free platform. So I can help you a lot. Some people can receive that and run, but it doesn't matter if it's me or whoever it is. There's a point where you're going to need to get the help that you need, the support that you need. And it will be a matter of spending money to receive that expert guidance. And there are a lot of resources available, a lot of people that offer this different types of support along this journey. I just encourage you to find the best support for you and invest in yourself. Invest in yourself to get off to the best start that you can, to elevate your business or grow your business to the next level without struggling all the time. I think that's it in a nutshell, is getting the best support that you can at any level that you're at, because it matters that much. It makes that much of a difference. Maybe this biggest inspiration for me in creating this episode is because I recently had a conversation with my coach. My coach and I've worked together for about 4 years, 3-4 years. It seems like longer, but she has a podcast that had over 600 episodes, I believe. And she niched down, specialized even further, and decided to pivot and to serve a specific type of client in her coaching services. So she started a new podcast, a second, but new podcast. She's not new to podcasting. She's been podcasting, like I said, 10 years, I think it is. But she started anew. And so she invited me to be a guest on her podcast, and I was excited. And through that conversation, we talked about, of course, my journey with my business, but also our journey as her being my coach and guiding me over this period of time. And it brought back a lot of memories of just how much further along I've been able to progress by having the type of support that she's provided to me. Now, she wasn't my first coach. I've had coaches since I started, but she's the one that I've been working with the last few years. And that conversation just reminded me of the investment. It is truly an investment in yourself. It's believing in your ability to have this business, to serve in the way that you want to serve, and to create it. Even if you don't know what the first or next step is, you're investing in yourself to receive the guidance and support from someone who has been through this, who's offering the type of service that you feel is aligning with your values and aligning with you. Does this make sense? I'm just encouraging you to get the support that you need. And it's not that you need to necessarily invest in my mastermind program. Maybe that's not the best fit for you, or other services that we offer, but maybe it's for you to seek that out somewhere else. I want you to get the support you need to help you on the next leg of your journey, whether it's getting started or elevating your business. Maybe it's hitting 6 figures for the first time. Maybe it's the pivot from working your job and running your business to leaving the job and going 100% in your business. Whatever support you need for the next leg of your journey, I'm encouraging you to invest in yourself, believe in yourself, invest in yourself, and get the support that you need. Like I said, it does not need to be me, but it needs to be someone who you believe is the best person to help you get there. Okay. I'm going to also share a link in the description for this episode to my conversation with my coach. It's a little lengthy. The episode is about, 45 or 50 minutes. She decided that everything needed to stay in, and she didn't want to cut it back. So I think it's a great conversation because it set me down a reflective trail and reminded me of a lot of things how I've benefited from that type of support. And there's just a lot that you'll learn about me that I just won't sit here and tell you or share. She was able to pull that out of me in a conversation. It's interesting. I've been on, I think, 5 different podcasts this year so far. This is June. And each person is able to pull something a little different out of me in the conversation. But this is the most recent. And because it's with my coach and so much comes out about the benefit of having guidance. And like I said, as I reflect through, I really want you all to hear that. And maybe it will inspire you to believe in yourself, to invest in yourself. That's really it. Invest in yourself a little bit more to get the help and support and the guidance that you truly need to get you to the next step, wherever you are on this journey. So that's my message I'm going to leave with you today. Look in the description for this episode or visit our website and check out the show notes page, and you'll be able to find the links to that free guide for tips getting started if you haven't already grabbed that. And then also the episode with my coach so that you can hear that for yourself. All right, everyone. Please share this episode with a friend. If you're enjoying these episodes, I would really appreciate you sharing, writing a review on Apple Podcasts, rating our podcast in whatever app you're listening to. We really appreciate that support. It helps us to continue to make these episodes and make this a freely available resource for you. All right. Until next time, have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you for listening. Visit publichealthentrepreneurs.com to learn more.